Alright, investors, welcome to our Tuesday edition of this video. The market is having a great day. Actually, all of our positions are doing quite well. On the screen there, you should be able to see our spreadsheet there of everything we're tracking, everything that we're in. Got a couple things we want to go over, and then we got an email question actually I want to answer. So, let's start at the very top. We got GIS having kind of a quiet day today. It's actually at the moment down 11 cents. Not a big deal. We got about 5.5% in that one, just waiting to hit our big target up near $45. NWL. We'll just work our way down the list. How about that? NWL, also kind of a quiet day today. Let's take a look at it real quick. You can see ever since it made those new highs on a little bit lighter volume, it's been sitting kind of quiet. So no big deal. We might have to suffer a little bit of a pullback on that one with the last part of our position here. Again, we've already hit our first target a couple weeks ago, or earlier last week, at $22. So we've banked in a little over 11.5%. We're just waiting to see what we get on that final position. Moving down the list to Cree, one of our better performers here. Kind of a quiet day. It's up a little bit more. But no new highs, nothing new to report. Again, for the new investors, all of this here, the long T, that stands for long term, this means we've already hit our short-term targets. We've taken most of our profits off the table, and we're just sitting back to see if we can hit some really big targets on the last piece of our position. The way we do it, as you can see on our spreadsheet here, or the way I do it, and you're welcome to do whatever makes you feel comfortable. I take 3/4 of our position off when we hit this first target, and then I'll let the last quarter go. Sometimes we'll add back to it if we can, and we'll raise our targets as we go. We never lower our targets, and we just kind of shoot for the big home run there. Currently, Cree, we have a little over 16%. We've banked about 14% already, and we're just seeing what we can get on the last piece there. So, same comments. Tex having a great day today. New highs on Tex, and at the moment, anyways, we're over all of this recent price resistance. So we took a shot on an early entry a couple weeks back, and it's paying off. So from here, we've got heavier volume on the way up over this resistance area. Anybody that was short has decided they're going to go ahead and cover that. And again, we have most of our position out. We've hit our target already, and we're just seeing how much further we can get it. At the moment, our second target on Tex is right here at $29.50. And only $1.50 more to go at this point. If you take a look for the new members, any time you see this crossed out, or strike through is what's called, that means we've already hit that target. So we're shooting for the bigger move there. So you see we keep it very much consistent. Our watch list here shows the symbols that we've hit our first target, and our spreadsheet as well shows the same thing. Anytime you see light green, that just means we're getting close. Just a heads up, make sure you have your order in place that we're getting close to our first target. And it'd be the same over here when we get close to our second targets. If it's in light green, it's just giving you a heads up. Anytime you see color on there, it's just a heads up for one reason or another. And if you look back on our page, or through a video or through a post, you'll see we usually address any of these things. Okay. All right, so Tex is doing well at the moment. It's trading up very much on the highs. That's a good sign. And you'll see down here we've added a new symbol to our long term. We hit a short-term target today on CAM. CAM is having a great day. Oil service stocks in general are doing really well, which is good for our SLB. We needed that. At the moment, CAM is at 56.64. You could see that earlier today we hit our target of 56.25. We've been shooting for this now for a few weeks. So we're able to bank in a profit of around 7% on that, and we're shooting for 58 on our second target. So another couple more dollars and we'll be on our way. Now, one thing to know, if you're new to investing and you haven't traded or invested in symbols that often, one thing to note is that when stocks have these great moves like this, more importantly, you look at something like where were we? I haven't got to it yet actually, but when we see these good, quick, fast moves, there's a general rule of thumb. You go down to your minute chart. I'll zoom out here for you. I'm just going to bring it in. So you go down to your 60-minute chart, and anytime you get away from this green line, which is the 20-period simple moving average, you're going to either sit there and wait, or you're going to pull back to it. Okay, it's just a general rule that this price cannot stay that far away from this for very long. And the reason is the big money is spent close to the line. Think about the guys running the big hedge funds and stuff. They can't afford to always be paying the top price for symbols. Sometimes they get excited and they buy above where they probably should. But all the money is spent when we're close to the average price. All this is telling you that over the last 20 bars, so 60 minutes, 20 times back, this is about the average price. So if you're a hedge fund guy, you can't go report to your boss that you spent, I don't know, 5-6% more than what the average trader spent. That's not a good sign. They want to spend down here what we call wholesale pricing. They want to get the stock on sale when they believe it's a good time. So what happens is when you blast off and away here, all of this left here is these retail investors, right? It could be investors from way back that are adding to their position, but the overall volume will dry up, and either the price will sit here, right? If you're near a resistance area, a lot of times you'll pull back, and that's where you reload. So just be aware that some of these symbols are having a great day and have had a great couple of days. They're getting a little far from this hourly or 60-minute chart. They will probably pull back. We'll have a bad day or two before the end of the week, and that'll give time for this to catch up. Okay, so a little heads up there. All looks good now, but don't be scared if you see a pullback. So that hit our first target. So good job on that one. A little patience. Had to sit through a couple-day pullback, and we actually hit that first target. Very good. Kind of a quick 7%. As most of these positions go, we hit that pretty quickly. SLB, we mentioned yesterday, had a lot of work to do to get over this gap down. And on our spreadsheet here, I highlighted in red. All they did was report that their earnings to come out on January 18th were not going to be as good as everybody was hoping. Sometimes companies come out and do that, and they give a little alert ahead of time, and they say, hey, look, we've looked at the numbers. We may not hit those targets that Wall Street has set for us. And so you get a little bit of selling. Today, with the strength in the oil service stocks, we were able to pretty much recover the whole thing. So that's a good sign there. And we had a really good entry on SLB. So we actually have a little bit of profit in it. So not bad. We were able to sit through that. At one point, we were down 1%. Today, we're up almost 2%. So very good. Let's see. If you put in the current price, we're up 2%. Wish it was that easy, huh? So all's looking good on SLB. I like the recovery here. And if you take out the scared selling here the other day, pretty good volume on the buying. So a lot of people think that that's a bargain down here, and that's a good sign for us. We like when we're in the stock and other people think that it's a bargain after we buy it. So looking good there. All right, PKI, up and over the highs. We talked about this yesterday. This little weekly resistance that when we did get over that, we'd see a push above it. We get a nice good green bar. And at the moment, we're sitting pretty. And one thing to note, our first target was pretty close after getting over the high, right? We're at 32.17 right now. Our first target's $33. So you can see our first target's going to give us 8%, a little over that. All right, and for the new investors, we generally will shoot for 8 to 12% on this first column. That's all we want. Sometimes it's a little less if it's a higher price stock, but for the most part, we just want a quick 8 to 12% as fast as we can get it, and then we'll sit for the bigger, longer like these here. We'll shoot for double digits, see if we can get closer to 30%. Now, those of you that have been with us for a while, think back to those coal names. Remember, we had 20 and 30% returns on those names. Whenever we get to 30%, that's where we'll stop raising our targets and look to just grab the money and go. Okay, so there's our window, 8 to 12% for the first 3 quarters, and then we'll keep raising these targets right here as long as we go until one day we're up about 30%, 25, 30%. Then we'll say, okay, that's it. When we hit that target, let's quit being greedy. Let's take the money and run. That's a great return. We want to be excited, tell your friends and all that. So that's our goal. We'll keep raising these. We'll shoot for as much as we can get out of it. But overall, PKI looking good. Just a heads up, we're getting close to that target. All right. Moving down the list, we have ADM. A great day for ADM. Hard Hard to argue with that, right? Big green bar today. Our first target is $29 up here near the 200-day moving average and this prior area where we saw a lot of selling. No doubt when we get there, we're going to see some selling. And so, yeah, another 2% in the bank for ADM. You really can't complain. Moving on, we have SIG. We've had this symbol for a little bit now. We had to sit through a week and a half there of really nothing. So patience is paying off, which if you know me, you know I say that a lot. Whenever you're patient, you will you're usually rewarded. So SIG is looking good. Quick check on our spreadsheet here, 57.80. At one point today we were over 56.80, so I highlighted that in green. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Usually when we get within $1, I like to put it in green, make sure my orders are in, and everything like that. If I can, if they just blast off and there's nothing you can do to catch up, you just sell it whenever you can. It happened with CAM. Almost forgot that one today. Okay, moving down the list, one that I'm really excited about, very thankful that this one has had a good day, is UPS. If you recall, back over the summer, we tried this stock. We got stopped out on this one. We didn't even get stopped out for a profit. We took a loss on this one as it pulled back to price support, and we had our long-term indicators. We didn't get the move we were looking for. So this one, thankfully today, is having a great day. Very strong, biggest green bar we've seen in a long time. If it closes like that, I'm recording this now at 3:15. If it closes like that, awesome. Right, we're in great shape. Nobody should step in and try to sell that for quite a while. Again, don't be scared of a little pullback. Look at our hourly chart, or 60-minute. We're getting a little far away, or you would say the stock price is currently set at a retail level. You're not getting it on sale. So there's not going to be a lot of people that step in from here and say, yeah, I'll pay more. Right now it's getting a little expensive on a short-term basis. So don't be scared if it pulls back tomorrow. We come back and hit 74 or something. That's just helping us get moving faster. The line will catch up. Everybody will see that it's back to a nice on sale sort of price, and hopefully they'll take a shot at playing it higher. The last few here, DE, kind of a quiet day. This is similar to PKI. We've got a little overhead resistance here, so we need a little more volume. We need to get over this high and we'll hit our first targets. Notice the volume's good. Good volume today. Good strong name. Everybody's looking at this one right now. Very popular name. Once we get over those highs, we'll be in good shape. So maybe tomorrow's our day or the day after. We want to do the same thing that we did here on this PKI. A lot of bouncing around, people making up their mind. Now it's too late. They're in. They made their decision. Our two newest plays, TTM and CX, having great days here as well. TTM's almost got 2% locked in for the day. The important thing is we've cleared all recent highs. That's a very popular strategy, people buying over the highs. And I'll do it every once in a while, as long as we're not too extended. But you see all those people diving in yesterday and today. So a good sign on TTM, and look forward to hitting our first target. Quick check of our spreadsheet. We're getting close. We're about $1.50 away. So really, yeah, we'll probably let's take that off too. We got a little bit more to go. Just make sure you have your order in there that you can hit that first target just in case. And then lastly, CX. CX is our only current breakout play that we're trying, and it's having a good day. Again, look at the hourly. We got a little ahead of itself, right? Everybody got excited on the breakout. That's fine, but now we're probably going to take a break up here, maybe pull back another 15-20 cents or so. We just need to know that that's coming. See how the line's catching up every hour that goes by. All right, so just a little bit of patience there. We'll be okay. See here, look at the volume. All of the volume happens very close to it. As you move away from it, what's happening? The big guys are saying, I can't buy that. I'll get in trouble if I pay too much for this stock. They're saying either I missed it, I'll have to wait for it to pull back, or they're just going to move on to a different play. All right, so you got to think the same. Pretend that you're reporting to somebody, and you want to be able to tell them you got them a good deal. You know how when your wife comes home and she walks in with something new, and you're like, whoa, what new purse or something? You go, wait, baby, what is that? And the first thing she says is, "What? I got a good deal." What's she doing? She's trying to tell you, look, it's okay. I got a good deal. I shopped around, whatever. We need to do the same. So guys, you need to go back to your women and say, I bought this stock on sale, and now I'm waiting. I'm not going to pay retail for it. I got it on sale. I got a good deal, girl, and I'm going to let it go, and we'll see if we hit our target. All right, now that I've officially got myself and everybody else in trouble, let's move on. New investors. So I had two questions come up. One was from a brand new investor. Do we invest in the names that we play? And the answer is yes. I show this. Hopefully you've had a chance to go back and watch prior videos. But we always I'll show my positions to show you if I'm making money or losing money. I'm buying what I suggest. Okay, I get excited when I see that there's an opportunity, so I do not just sit back and let everybody else make money. I want to be a part of that. So today, no selling. Well, only selling today was CAM. Again, we hit our target up here, so now the rest of that position is for the long term, and we'll see if we can hit those targets. The second email that I got today was a question: do you guys do any short selling? And the answer is yes, we do some short selling. The second part to that answer is, over the past few weeks here, there has been no reason to be short, right? That would be tough to be short there. We've only had a few shorts this year, and we're about 50-50 on those shorts. As you can see, overall, what's been going on almost all year, short-term pullbacks, mostly headed in the upward direction. So we don't want to mess with shorts at the moment. If you're listening, go back and look at some of our older videos, and we'll explain when do we get long and when do we get short. Right now, we're working our way up to an area where we can get short, where we'll have multiple market participants looking to take profits or short. And that area is just simply this prior high. You'll have some price resistance, very popular for people to sell and take profits at price resistance as well as short. And then we want one other strategy. So we either want a Fibonacci pullback, because that's very popular, or we want to see the long-term indicators get to an overbought condition. And so then the people that follow all of this, they'll say, oh, well, my indicators are saying time to sell, and they'll get out. Okay. In the meantime, as the market is moving up, we take our positions and we check in on them each night, and we look for opportunities to reduce risk. Over here is how much we're spending or we're willing to risk on each play. So you can see this one's highlighted in red recently. Monday, we moved our stop to break even. Monday, we also reduced risk on some of these plays. And come the following Monday, we're going to tighten up even more, because a lot of these have had great moves. So there's no need to risk the 8%, 5 and 6 and 8%. So we want to raise those stop losses. All right. So yes, we do short. We just pick our opportunities very carefully. It has been a bit of a tough market to short and have a position that you could actually really milk and make some money. It's been much easier to grab longs and just hang on for the ride, really since the beginning of the year. When we start moving up into this prior high, we'll dip our toe into some shorts. We'll try one or two of them. We'll let the market break above a little bit and give a couple tails. It'll be messy up here, don't worry. And we'll see if we can grab a few shorts to make some money on the downside. At the same time, we will have our long positions, we'll have our stop losses and our risk raised as tight as we can, so that if the market just fell apart and say it went straight down, huge bad day or week, and all of these got stopped out, we'll know ahead of time, well, our whole portfolio is going to lose 2% if all of everything stops out. During this last pullback here, as we rallied up, we said right here at this where we hit the price resistance last time, we raised all of our risk and say, you know what, if the whole portfolio stops out, we're going to lose 6%, which I thought was a little bit much, but that's what we were preparing for. At the moment, our portfolio as a whole is up about 6%, and for the year, we're up a little over 13% if you followed us since the beginning of the year. If not, no big deal. Sit back and enjoy. We've got some good positions. We are currently watching a few other positions. However, with the good day today, we're still waiting on logo plays here for some of these here. And as you can see, they've had good days today, so it's going to be tough to be able to get a logo play going forward. One thing I want to point out, AUY, what were we waiting for? We're waiting for 3 major market participants. We're waiting for the Fibonacci pullback, which you see it hit today perfectly. So the Fibonacci players are already starting to jump in there. You can see why. The people that follow price support, they're already starting to jump in a little bit. So we have 2 market participants, and we're waiting on that third one. See how our long-term indicator players are saying, okay, just turn up for me and I'll buy it. So we're going to have 3 market participants, and this is one symbol that we've been following now for about a week, and I've been saying we're going to watch what we do. We'll actually show you how it drops down, so you could pick another stock and follow along too if you want. We'll show you how it falls into Fibonacci support, falls down into price support, watch the indicators drop, and then as soon as we have that, we're going to go over to our line chart. We're not going to just buy it, or you can. It's aggressive. You can certainly just buy it when you think is a good time. But we're going to wait for it to fall down into it, let the first round of people buy it, have a little quiet day, right? What happens here is the people that are shorting, they're going to re-short, thinking, here we go, we're still moving lower. And then when we see more buying come in and the shorts cover there, you'll see the W in our Trading Wings logo. Okay, that's where we'll get in. So this is one, if you've seen it on our list for a while and you're a little frustrated, like, why aren't we playing this one? Why is he looking at that? This is kind of our teaching stock. We're teaching you how to look for it as it comes down every day, tracking it one more time, a little bit more. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We're almost there. So now you see what we're looking for. We have almost all 3 market participants. We just need this over here, and we'll have an entry. So it's looking good. This is a gold mining name. Okay, so we got our eye on the gold mining stocks. They're selling off today, so that's cool. We're getting down into our little support area here. And that's where we're at. All right, so thanks for the questions. Those of you that have emailed me, the newer investors, you're welcome to email anytime. This week is kind of an odd week. We have some events going on, and so there will be no class tonight or Thursday. Okay, so I'm doing these videos each night, each day, so we can update you on what's going on. All right. So just hang back, enjoy the ride. Hopefully you guys have some of these positions or all of them or whatever, and we'll try to keep it going. All right. If you're new and you do want to send an email or have any questions, you can email me anytime at dustin@tradingwings.com. DUSTIN. All right. All right, traders. Nice job. We'll talk to you soon.